Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy OG Black. Got one for you guys today. Today's gonna be one of those days. It's a Friday today. I'm gonna give you guys a little personal story about OG Black. A little story about how I was in the game, working in Mexico. I'm not gonna say what part of Mexico, but I was working in Mexico for a little bit. So I'm gonna bring it to you guys and show you how it is. I was living in Mexico for a little bit. I'm gonna give you guys a little story of something that happened to me when I ran into somebody. And I kind of rubbed them the wrong way, but they knew my affiliation, so out of respect my affiliation, they kind of just let it be, and they talked, and things just got worked out. But let me bring you a little story. So when I was in Mexico working for a little bit, hiding out, your boy OG Black, remember, he's a Southern Chicano. You know, this story's going out to someone else too out there who made some comments and stuff, you know, some negative comments, you know, and once again, your boy OG Black's gonna be honest with you guys, man. This show's a positive show, man. This ain't no negativity show, man. You want to ask questions and you want to give your opinion, that's fine, you know, but don't start blasting people for trying to do good things, man. Don't start getting at people in a foul way, man, because I can get at people in a real foul way. You know, your boy OG Black can get real foul real quick too. And I don't want to get foul. You want to start throwing around names and talking about people that are made and who are not made, man. That's real easy, guys. I could start throwing down names all day, and you guys know what I'm talking about, man. That's just called name dropping. So this is a positive channel, guys. I'm trying to bring positive things. I'm trying to avoid you guys going through the sacrifices that I went through, man, through the nonsense. And so you learn. There's a lot of people in other countries who don't understand what goes on in Mexico and the U.S. and how politics work in our prison system and Mexico's prison system. So your boy OG Black's just trying to let them know, man, I'm trying to stay positive and trying to fight the good fight for you guys out there. Bring you guys the smashing news that nobody does. So, but this is a little personal story. So when I was in Mexico, man, I had touched upon in one of my old videos about my nephew, man, you know, and he was working for a real powerful guy. And, you know, he invited me somewhere, and he was like, hey, Theo, can you come with me? You know, you're from the U.S., you know, you're on the run, you know, you know, my people are respect your people. And, you know, my boss wants to, you know, hang out with you a little bit and everything, you know. And I was like, sure, mijo. Not a problem, man. You know, we'll hang out, mijo. We'll do whatever you want to do. You know, I got your back. I'll watch out for you. And he was like, yeah, Theo, I want you to give me your opinion about these people, you know, over here that I'm working with now. I said, okay, mijo, I'll give you my opinion, you know. So we went somewhere around, and, you know, I'm a Chicano. I grew up a certain way. My dad gave me a certain standard. You know, my dad worked with Mexicans. We've all worked with Mexicanos. We're Mexicanos myself, but I'm a Chicano, and I was growing up in a certain etiquette and form, you know, in a certain way and manners. So when I got there, man, I saw my nephew, man. He was with his boss, and we were hanging out, we were talking, and all of a sudden, man, this older man, you know, walks into the room, and he just sits down. All of a sudden, man, this girl's got to be like 20, between the ages 16 or 20. And she's sitting on his lap laughing and everything, man. I'm looking at her, man, and whatever, man. He's looking at me across the room, and then he tells my nephew something. And my nephew goes, hey, man, one of the bosses, man, wants you to come over here. He wants to talk to you real quick. And I said, yeah, man, not a problem. So I go over there, man, and he tells me straight out. And OG Black's one of those guys, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. I say what I want, when I want, and how I feel. And I never do it in a disrespectful manner, and I never do it in a way to make you feel offended. I do it in a manner to ask and question why you do what you do, and if you could explain to it, and I could see with it, you know, and then I'll agree with it. And so long story short, man, I told him, hey, man, you're kind of old to be with this girl, man. You know, he turned around, looked at me, and he told me, hey, man, why don't you mind your own fucking business? And I said, hey, man, check it out. As long as this girl's in front of me, it becomes my business. I said, my people don't stand for it. If my people were to hear that I stood for you to be with this girl, man, there would be a problem. You know, and he's like, well, who you belong to, man? I go, you know who I belong to, man. I'm just over here visiting. I'm not here to disrespect you guys in any manner, man. I said, I just don't agree on it, and I want you to know that because you asked me. He said, yeah, man, you think you're somebody important here, right? And I said, no, I'm not. The point of this, man, this story is that regardless of who you are or what you are, what organization you belong to or what organization you don't belong to anymore, you have your standards and your morals and your codes. You got these YouTube subscribers channels out here, man. These YouTube channels, man. I'm not going to get into too depth of anybody's name, and I'm not blasting one guy or two guys or anybody. You know, but you got these YouTube guys, man, that started their channel, man. Oh, man, prison this or prison that, man. You know, man, people tell me, well, OG Black, if you're trying to change what you're talking about, man, why you talk about prison stuff, man? Because, motherfucker, you can get something positive out of something negative. I can't talk about shit that I ain't never lived about, guys. And OG Black's going to start getting real with you guys, because a lot of you guys are in some nonsense, man. Straight nonsense. You know, they say, hey, OG Black, you talk about prison so much. You talk about this. You talk about cartels. You talk about... Those are all things so you learn. You can learn from a negative experience. And if you think you can't learn from a negative experience, you're one stupid motherfucker. You know, OG Black doesn't like to cuss or say a lot of bad words, but sometimes I feel that's the only way I could come across. You know, OG Black's got a real strong belief. I tell you nicely with words, and secondly, I tell you with hands. You know, and we're getting back to the story that I was off because I'm getting a little off track, but you have to watch what you say to certain people and what you talk about, man. Disrespecting a certain organization or disrespecting a certain amount of people, whether it be, and I'm going to speak about here in Southern California, whether it be Aryan Brotherhood, whether it be the Black Gorilla family, whether it be Eme, whether it be a Bulldog, whether it be a Northerner, whether it be a Paisa. You got to watch what you say about people, man. Because any of these organizations can end your career, end your life. And there ain't no apologizing about it later. You can apologize later when you're dead. You can apologize later when you're stuck with a needle in your arm OD'd. You know, just because you're a big guy, or you're a small guy, or you got hands, or you don't got hands. You know, that's how a fish dies, because of his mouth. Be very careful what you say about people, man. And that story that I told you about what happened in Mexico, I'm going to tell you the ending of that story. So by me opening my mouth and expressing how I felt about a certain situation, this guy held a personal grudge. And many people say to this day that that personal grudge could lead on to death. I'm not saying he killed my nephew. I'm not saying any of that. But some people whisper those whispers. OG Black ain't here for revenge. He ain't here to do nothing. He's here to tell you guys. Watch what you say. Your words echo. You can learn from any situation, whether it be bad, good, prison, anything. You can learn from it. And if you think you can't, then you're just stuck on stupid, man. Remember what you say, guys. And don't be like other people, start backpedaling. Oh, you know, this and that, and oh, I gotta change this and I'm gonna change that. No. Your OG boy Black been keeping it real 100 the whole time. I told you what my platform was, what my content was gonna be since the beginning, and you could check it. I haven't changed it. Make sure you guys, man, watch what you say. Watch what you do. Because remember, your loved ones can pay the price. This your boy OG Black, bringing you guys a little personal story, man. I'm out.